last line of defence for people who are threatened by purchase of their loans from the banks by vulture funds. And we have seen PTSB defy the Finance Committee and defy this House by not turning up. Well, if the state banks don't turn up for a hearing with the Finance Committee, what chance have we with the banks that are not owned by the state? What chance have we in terms of the vulture funds? And this is a bigger question, bigger than vulture funds. It is about what type of society we want. What type of banking system do we want? And I would suggest that the citizen has had enough, and that no civilised society can tolerate the actions of vulture funds, who are here to profiteer on the backs of ordinary people that we represent in this House, that are adding further hardship to the case of families, small businesses and the farming community. We cannot stand idly by and watch them do what they're doing. Their culture is one of not engagement. They refuse to do that. They leave the customer on the long finger. They act through an agent. The agent is not accountable to the Finance Committee. In fact, the agent is only accountable to the vulture fund itself. I have seen recently a case which was settled, or being settled, and the final straw was that the client had to promise to cash in the pension fund of his sister to pay in 5 years' time. They are absolutely bullies and thugs, and the culture that they're creating for the next generation of bankers is something that no country should tolerate. So I agree fully with this bill, but I believe that we are going to find ourselves very shortly moving further beyond this bill. And that's why Ed Honohan has put before the members of this House for their consideration the Housing Co-op and Fair Mortgages Bill 2018. And I believe there is an onus on the government now to look at what bills are before the House, to look at what Michael McGrath is saying, or indeed Sinn Féin or any of the other parties, and to take the best out of all of the bills and to offer a protection for the citizens that we represent. And may I finally say about the banks, do we really want the banks to be making $1 billion plus every year and at the same time terrorising their own customers? I think the answer to that is no, we don't. And we have to find some way of ensuring that, in spite of the arrangements that are there, that they are paying their fair share of tax into the coffers of this state. And that's not happening now. They're disregarding us, they're setting their own rules, they're profiteering, and we are allowing them away with it. And I appeal to you, Minister, to take the best of this bill. Do whatever you can to put in place a system of protection for the vulnerable people in our state that are looking to us as parliamentarians for help.